before I show you how much cantaloupe I made for compost, I wanted to go over a couple of things with my garden that I may have missed. Show a couple of things too. I know I showed my growing bed with the cantaloupes already growing out, and I have a couple of videos before anything grew out with just the plastic and everything that I wanted to show. And before I get into the video, I do want to pass on some important information that I don't really see too many people on YouTube, talking about, or even telling people who watch it their videos about. Just basic things that you need to know about growing it. And I take my information from the Old Farmer's Almanac, which was founded in 1792. It's a good website, and it's been around since 1792, so it's got a lot of clout. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the basic information. It's basically a fruit. For sun exposure, it needs full sun. The soil type, it needs sandy. The soil pH is slightly acidic to neutral, and hardiness zones are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cantaloupes or muskmelons are delicious, heat-loving fruit with a relatively long growing season, making them especially well suited for southern gardeners. Here's how to grow cantaloupes in your garden. What is commonly referred to as cantaloupe is not actually a true cantaloupe, rather a type of muskmelon. True cantaloupe has a rough, warty rind and is not widely grown or commercially available in the U.S. Their cultural and growing requirements are very similar to other melons, and they have a net-like tan rind with sweet orange flesh. The names muskmelon and cantaloupes are used interchangeably. We will use the name cantaloupe on this page to avoid confusion. With planting, amend soil with aged manure or compost before planting. Grow the vines in raised rows known as hills. Ensures good drainage and will hold the sun's heat. For growing the vines in raised rows known as hills. If you are in a cooler zone, start seeds indoors about a month before transplanting cantaloupe vines. Before transplanting. Cantaloupe vines are very tender and should not be transplanted until all danger of frost is past. If you live in a warmer climate, you can directly sow seeds outdoors, but wait until soil temperatures warm to at least 65 degrees to avoid poor germination. Plant seeds 1 inch deep, 18 inches apart, in hills about 3 feet apart. If you have limited space, vines can be transplanted to a support such as if you have limited space, vines can be trained to a support such as trellises. Caring for cantaloupes like loamy, well-drained soil. Handle them gently when you transplant. Add lots of compost to the area before planting and after planting. Mulching with black plastic will serve multiple purposes. It will warm the soil, hinder weed growth, and keep developing fruits clean. Fertilize when vines start growing. row covers are a good way to keep pests at bay. While melon plants are growing, blooming, and setting fruit, they need 1 to 2 inches of water per week. Water in the morning, and try to avoid wetting the leaves. Reduce watering once fruits are growing. Dry weather produces the sweetest melon. If you've had an exceptional amount of rainfall during the ripening stage, this could cause bland fruit. Once fruit begins to grow, prune in buds of vines. Your plants may produce fewer melons, but they will be larger and of better quality. Vines produce males and female flowers separately on the same plant. They often begin producing male flowers several weeks before the females appear. Don't be discouraged when the first blossoms don't produce fruit. Blossoms require pollination to set fruit, so be kind to bees. Okay, so that's what I wanted to read to you and to put out there, because to me that is the most important thing. So especially about how deep you need to plant the seeds and how far apart. I also want to suggest that, because I was never told in my first year of trying cantaloupes, but don't just plant one seed in each hole when you plant. Put 2, maybe 3 seeds in each hole, and that helps out too. So with that, I will get to my video and kind of explain some of the stuff that I did this year. Okay, this is my growing bed. This is my cantaloupes just starting out. Now, in my other ones, I mentioned the fact that I made a mistake here, and that's with these trenches. They said to grow in hills, and I went and I did trenches instead, and I found out that that was a mistake because my leaves and my vines ended up going down into those trenches and created condensation, and the leaves got the spotted disease. I don't know if that's bad for the fruit, but I know that it actually happened, and it even caused like white formations on the leaves. I don't know if that was like mildew or something like that, but it did cause a problem with that. The fruits came out fine, most of them did. I didn't yield as much as what I wanted, but I got a lot of them. And this is the area where I had my peaches, and I'm thinking they were plum trees, or seeds. I planted them in there. I didn't get anything out of it, but that's what it looked like before the vines from my cantaloupes ended up overgrowing and taking over that area. I had different types of plants that grew up there, and I wasn't able to recognize if they were actually peaches or pear trees, because I've never seen them as little saplings, so I'm still trying to recognize them. I went on and tried to see what a cherry tree looked like. What cherries actually, peaches and cherries is what was up there. And well, I went on and tried to see what they would look like, the cherry trees, and there's like so many different varieties of them and different ways that they look. It was almost impossible for me to recognize them. Now down here I put peaches and I believe it was plum trees. Apples, I even went and put apple seeds and everything in there, and they didn't do it. And right here, I ended up mistaken these for possibly trees, and come to find out they were just, vines, weeds that grew up underneath there. Eventually, I pulled them out of there. It's like I said, I didn't have any clue what any of that was, so I took pictures of them. If you guys recognize any of these plants, please leave a comment so that I know what they are. I'm going blind on that one. These started growing out of this area, and I'm still going to try to work on getting those trees going, because like I said in my other videos, if I can get just one apple tree or one pear tree, one plum tree or cherry tree or peach tree, just one of them, then I'm set. I don't have to worry about having an entire orchard. I can have, just one tree that's producing. I can grow my cabbages and cantaloupes and lettuce and everything all year round, or every year. But with those trees, man, I mean, you got it set for forever, as long as you take care of it. But that is what they eventually look like. And this is the compost. I even kept the peels of the cantaloupes that we did eat. So what I did is I took this and I put it inside of my totes that I'm making into grow boxes right now. I have a video set up for that, but I layered it. I put dirt down, then I put my cantaloupes on top of the dirt, and then I took cardboard boxes, like soda boxes, and I broke them down, set them flat, and then I put dirt on top of that, and then I put cantaloupe in the box, cardboard, and I did it in layers like that, so that it's layered, and it actually puts compost into it, and I collected all of it. I do have seeds that I'm going to show the videos on, or how I dried out my seeds and cleaned them. And I'm going to tell you ahead of time right now that I do not, none of the seeds that were in these are in those seeds. Every seed that I've got, if I need that cantaloupe and that didn't go into the seeds that I have extra seeds. If you guys are interested in any of them, say something in the comment section. Let me know. If you are interested in, buying or trading some seeds, I'd be more than interested in doing that. And like I said, I've got tons of them left over. They're good seeds. I'm going to be using some of them, but I'm going to get rid of the other ones, and I don't want much. I want maybe, $1.50 for 50 seeds or something like that, or we can work something out, But if you guys are interested in seeds, let me know. Well, that is all I have.